Hmm. Why? Oh no. Hi. I don't know why I did the waiting room this time. And I don't know. Oh, I'm recording. Hi. I said I'm not. I don't know why I did the waiting room this time, so I'm going to keep an eye on that as people might hop in and out. It also started recording already, so we'll have this little bit at the beginning that people have to suffer through.
I'm glad I could hop on because my Wi-Fi has been awful today. We got rain in Arizona, and we haven't had rain in over 100 days. And so flooding and just like, it's been awesome. Super fun. My Wi-Fi when I had Zoom scheduled,
Oh no.
It's okay. It worked out. I got it. I had to refresh a few times, restart my Wi-Fi, and here we are. If you lose me, I'll be back.
Okay, good to know. Okay, well, since it's already recording, it is 2:01. Let's go ahead and get started. I make sure no one's in the waiting room. No. Okay. All right. So really quick, thanks for hopping on here tonight or on the replay. Samantha, I made a shout out earlier today and said, congrats on your new customer. And her response to everyone was that don't skip over working groups because that's how she found this new customer. So I immediately was like, hey, will you hop on today and talk to the crew about how you're working your groups? You guys all know Samantha has been in this now for over 5 years. She continues to get new people. She continues to grow her team. So clearly she knows what she's doing. And she has worked her business through ups and downs that some of you would have faltered way sooner. So that's why whenever somebody is like awesome like that, Samantha, I like them to share. So anyway, I'm pretty much going to mute out and let you take it over. I just want you to, how many groups are you working? How are you working the groups? How do you take it from a group to a conversation to a customer, that kind of thing. So I'm going to change this so it's your face and I'm going to mute out.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys for hopping on in like the random afternoon, because that's when things are really the best. I think when it's kind of like just, okay, hop on, this is what we're doing today. And I'm really spontaneous. So I think my team has learned. I had a little conversation with Shantae yesterday and she's like, yeah, we know you just do things when you want to and we're cool with it. We just roll. I'm like, maybe I should be more consistent. So that's my next goal. That's what I have to work on. So even though I'm coming to you guys with ideas and tips and things of what I am doing, I still am not perfect and I still have a lot of things to learn. And that's what I love about this. Doesn't matter how long I've been here, I'm always learning something new. So what I'm doing now has been working in groups. If you've ever heard Lindsay talk, she's been saying it's her like mantra that her next rock star is in a group. And I just, when she says that, I cringe. I'm like, ugh, groups. Like as soon as somebody else says the word groups, it makes me like, ugh, I don't want to do it. But I decided to get rid of the groups I was in and just kind of start new, so that I would meet new people and get a new network and all of the things. But it's really funny how somebody can say a word and it changes the way that your body feels. And so just for example, if somebody says today was payday, you're either going to feel really excited or you're going to feel really like, okay, my paycheck was only 50 cents, who cares? Or you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I worked really hard, I can't wait to see what my paycheck is. Like when somebody says something to you about the business, you instantly get a feeling of what to do. So you probably read the title to this Zoom and you're like, oh, groups, ugh. or you're like, oh yes, I want to learn about groups. Like it's a feeling, it's a whole mood. You guys, COVID is a mood. When it's been 5 years from now and somebody says the word COVID, you're going to have a feeling, and that feeling is going to be this year. Like it's a feeling. So first and foremost, change your mindset and change your feeling about groups, because if you already have like a mindset about them being too much work or whatever your feeling is, make it a positive one. That's going to be my very first advice. Just like the way I start my day every day is with personal development. For me, that is income producing. If I don't do it, I don't do anything else that's income producing. So I have to do that. Same thing here. You have to get your mindset right before you even start. So I joined new hairstylist groups, and actually Tammy got me fired up at our leader retreat about if I was, following Samantha and she gave a hairstylist tip, I would watch, because that's what she does. You guys, I'm being real honest with you here. I don't love doing hair. I am good at it and I love spending time with people. So that's why I do it, but it's not my passion. But it's okay. I wanted to find a way to join a group where I could, where it could be kind of new and fun and not feel like work. It was that feeling of like, ugh, I don't want to do that. I found a new hairstylist group, and what I did was found one that pertained to the hair color line that they use at the new salon that I'm in, because it's different than what I've always worked with. So it was a place for me to learn. Learning is something I'm passionate about. So I wanted to join a group where I felt like not only am I going to contribute, but I can also ask questions, real, genuine questions, not questions that I already know the answers to. So when you join your group, whatever group you choose, there's always people in there who are constantly participating. There's probably 90% of the people who just scroll through and 10% of the people who actually participate. Those are the people that you want to interact with. Those are the people you want to just kind of make sure that you're commenting when they share, because they're always sharing. And you kind of get to build relationships with these people. So because I had been active in this hairstylist group, I hadn't mentioned who I was as far as thriving. I had mentioned, I'm really new at this color line. I've done hair for 15 years, but this is new. Like, what's your favorite toner for blondes? And I got a ton of stuff. And so then those are the people I interact with, the people who were interacting with me. But because I had been doing that, I had been working my groups. You guys, this is not a day one thing. You're not going to go find a group today and find a thriver. You're just not. This is something that you can do every day. But because I had been doing that, somebody that was an admin in the group made a post that said, when or if your business, your company, your state, your franchise, your salon suite, whatever, if it happens to shut down again, how many people in this group will choose to do a side gig? Or I forget what she said exactly, but that was the question. Who's going to do that if you get shut down again? So I made a conscious decision. I'm going to comment on this, knowing you guys, people are going to hate. People don't like direct sales, and they literally will flat out shut you down. So if you're going to comment on something like that in a giant group where you're not friends with everybody and everyone doesn't love each other, just put your armor up and accept it and don't even listen to it, because there was people who were laughing at my comment. Sounds like a scam, blah, 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 blah. But what I posted in there wasn't a business opportunity. What I posted in there was I actually already had my quote unquote side gig before the pandemic, and it actually turned into my full-time gig. I'm so grateful for an opportunity that was free to join, because I just made it personal. My dog is wanting attention. I feel like Tammy right now. Come on, come here. Come on, say hi, say hi. Oh, there he is. You're getting your lovin'. He literally thinks he's a person. He wants to be pet all the time and his belly rubbed. So if I don't do that, then he'll just whine the whole time. Anyway, I didn't make it a join my team or you need this or you need that. I just made it about me to where somebody could relate to it. So I just flat out said, you know, I did this because of that. I already had mine going and it's been better than ever. And I just kind of put it out there. And I was really scared when I hit send because I'm like, oh God, I'm either going to get deleted by an admin because, you know, people get kicked out of groups for saying stuff like that or whatever. But instead, I had tons and tons of comments of people asking for more information. Tons. Some people ghosted me. Some people never even opened the email at all. But I replied to every single one of them, and I ended up sending out 2 samples. One of which was a girl who actually lives in Milford, Ohio, which is so funny considering I just moved away from Ohio and now. So if she does join our team, she'll be joining you guys whenever we are allowed to have locals again. She is, she's been doing hair for 30 years and her business is super slow. She cannot purchase Thrive right now because her church just gave her money to pay her rent. And if she takes money to buy Thrive, she wouldn't feel right about it. So I just feel like she will be our next like rock star. You guys will be meeting her. She'll be watching this recording probably. But she loves Jesus and she likes doing hair and we are just like friends. Okay. She did her 3 days and she knows it's going to work. And I just know that the time and the effort that I put into building a relationship with her is going to be incredible. So that's where I've been focused on working with people. Another person who messaged me yesterday and placed her order was also from a group. This was a different group. So I'm in 2 groups that I really love. And this other group is called Girls Who Love Travel. Girls Who Love Travel, and it's all girls in there and they travel all over the world. And you guys, the pictures that they post look like, you think Pinterest is amazing. These people, like real life people with their real life pictures of places they go, like this girl posting pictures of her in Morocco in the sand and she's just beautiful. I mean, I just can't. It's amazing. So I get sucked into that group like, wow. And then people always ask in there, like, what do you do for a living to travel like that? So I'm always following those to see like what people are doing. But because of that group, I had a girl who friended me a couple months ago. So she had been kind of following me. And she just reached out to me and she said, hey, I've been following you. I noticed your name in the group and I am really interested in Thrive and I would love for more information about it. And she's like, I'm on a budget right now. I have 2 daughters. She's working from home doing TurboTax and Intuit QuickBooks from their business side, their corporate side, whatnot. And she is a travel agent. Holla. But she's exhausted. So I helped her with the package that would work for her budget. And she ordered right then and there. It wasn't even, I had never had a conversation with her. However, when she did message me and I was like, oh my gosh, what group was I in that she noticed? So I went and clicked on her page and I was like, oh, that's what it was. So then I noticed that we had been friends for a couple of months, 3 or 4 months. She has been following me, but I've been sharing my life. So when I asked her to tell me what's going on in her life, that she needs the Thrive experience, she wrote paragraphs. Like she told me like her life story and how she needs to lose 40 pounds and just like, I mean, how COVID's affected her life and how like it was very personal. And I know that I met her in a group, but you have to be so careful that what you're putting on your page is going to not look like a commercial because they're going to think that you're only friending them because you want them to buy your stuff. And that's so important, like to build relationships with people just on your page. Yes, it's important to talk about Thrive. Yes, it's important to talk about, you know, what you're doing throughout the day and post about your kids and your life and your job and your relationship, your friendships, holidays, but also do little fun posts where you ask people questions. What are you making for dinner tonight? Share your recipes. Like ask people questions also because everyone's favorite everyone's favorite subject is themselves. Everyone wants to talk about themselves. They don't want to talk about you. So when you make them feel like it's about them, which it really is about them, this isn't like a sales pitch here. It really is about building relationships with people and um, getting to know them. When people comment because you've made questions like that, it looks like you care. You do, you should, you should care. Hopefully you're not just faking that. But when you create relationships in those groups and you're having conversations with people in those groups and you do feel comfortable and confident in knowing that person, that you send a friend request or they send you a friend request, make sure you're doing your job on your personal public Facebook page or even private, because if you're going to be friends with them, they're going to see it. And they might not even friend request you. They might go straight to your profile to see who you are before they even say a word. So if your page looks like a commercial, they are not going to talk to you, period. I am trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to talk on. Tammy, do you have like a question or something that maybe I didn't hint on that I've missed maybe?
Not necessarily like a full-blown question, but so you've made friends. So I guess not a question, but more pointing out that like it's the know, like, and trust part, that you're that like they get to know you, like you, and trust you in the group, but you're also making sure that who you are on Facebook, because you're totally right. People are going to stalk your account way before they hit the friend button, like way before. So once they've gotten into these conversations with you, are you then taking them into like three-way chats, or are you just working? How does Thrive eventually come up? Have they all come to you and been like, hey, I've been stalking you. What is this Thrive stuff? Okay.
Yeah, they are going straight to the Thrive stuff. But I think too, just like you just said, know, like, and trust. That's the part of my job that I loved when I was doing hair all the time. So for me, I have learned how to take what I love about that job and put it into this job. So I used to be like super comfortable behind the chair. Like, you sit in my chair as a stylist, I am comfortable. I am so comfortable with you. I can ask you anything that I would never ask you if we were sitting down at dinner. Personal, very personal things. I have had to figure out how to take that part of me, of my personality that I love about myself, and put that out into the world where I can talk to more people that way, which, because of the pandemic, makes it even easier because more people are willing to talk to you and build a relationship. They want to talk right now because they can't like they used to. So yeah, it's the know, like, and trust perspective, but by the time they're reaching out, they want it. They just, all right, I've had it, I've had enough, I'm ready. And the good thing with me working with the hairstylist group is I've been personally doing a hair transformation of my own. So when they go back, I don't want to be like hair gel, hair gel, hair peptide, hair peptide. Like, I don't want my post to be stacked like that. But if they go to browse, they'll see it. And they'll browse and then they'll see it again and they'll be like, oh, her hair's grown. I'm intentionally doing that because somebody in my business profession who is smart, who is in the salon industry, will see that and think, wow, my clients need this. So it's all strategic, but it's all, nothing is just hodgepodge thrown onto my page. Everything that's being posted is intentional. If I'm asking a question, it's because I want interaction on my page, because the next post is going to be a before and after picture that I want people to see. Everything is intentional, but it's all genuine at the same time. So don't just post something because you feel like you need to post something because it's been a while. That is not income producing at all. If you know you need to post because it's been a while and you do not know what to post, go to the fan page, copy and paste something and post it. Then it doesn't look like you're being inauthentic. You're literally just sharing something that somebody else experienced. That is my best advice. Or if you're not wanting to do that, write down your top 5 things about yourself that you love. My thing is my hairstylist personality, trying to transfer, like, that's my focus right now. But I talk about my dog, right? And I talk about my kids sometimes, and I talk about my faith. Like, I have a list of things that if I need to talk about something, I know I can come up with something if I go to my favorite topics about myself and share it. Inspirational quotes. If you don't know what to say, think about your mood, go find a quote that matches it and post something that you're really feeling, not just something you think other people would like. So I just totally went off. I don't even remember what you asked.
No, that's good. So, because I think the big thing I want people to take away from this is, and you said it yourself, it's intentional, but it's for the long-term gain. So a lot of people are like, oh, I worked groups a couple weeks, it didn't happen. Or I was in a group once and it didn't happen. And the thing that I think I personally struggle with groups is I know anything I do in a group, it's got to be consistent, it's going to be long-term. But that's when you start to become the person who is hunted versus being the hunter. And that is like the dream of sales, is that you wake up and someone's like, hey, I love what you're doing, tell me more about it, versus you constantly reaching out to people. So I think if we can keep our minds wrapped around the long-term goal, which is, to be in this for 5 years and still be getting new people, like your long-term goal is to be in this for 10 years and still be getting new people. So it's intentional, but like you said, genuine, because again, I don't want to have to be someone different. I want people to just want to be with me for who I am, for what I stand for. So no, I loved all of it. I super, super appreciate it. I'm so glad we got a cameo of the dog finally, because I love him and I've been waiting for everyone to get to meet him. Hello, Pumpkin.
Come on, say hi. No, he doesn't care about you. He only cares about me.
Yeah, that's okay. I get it. Oh my gosh. You are fresh. Oh.
He just smiles all the time.
I know.
I'm
So
smiling.
cute.
He really thinks he's a person.
Well, I mean, who's to say he's not?
Right.
Loving. All right. Well, so I won't keep you then. Thanks everybody for getting on. I'm sure a lot of people from the team need to see this. So if you want to share this on your team pages, once I get it uploaded, that'd be great. And
thank you for having me. That was fun.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.